Tonight here at 9, sexual abuse allegations are taking a toll at the White House. One presidential aide suddenly resigned this evening, and one of the top officials in the Trump administration says he would step down if the president wants him to. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with all the late-breaking developments in this story. Dave?
Juan, this really looks like a growing crisis right now in the White House at this point. The White House speechwriter, whose former wife accused him of having been violent and emotionally abusive, he's the one who resigned on short notice Friday. And it was White House Chief of Staff John Kelly who reportedly has said he would be willing to step down if that's what the president wants. All this on a day when the president gave his views on the Rob Porter case.
We certainly wish him well. It's a obviously tough time for him. He did a very good job when he was in the White House, and we hope he has a wonderful career, and hopefully he will have a great career ahead of him.
President Trump had nothing but best wishes and nice things to say about White House Staff Secretary Rob Porter, even sympathizing with what a tough time this is for Porter, who resigned this week after abuse allegations surfaced from his two ex-wives. And the president emphasized Porter's claim of innocence.
He said very strongly yesterday that he's innocent. So you'll have to talk to him about that, but we absolutely wish him well.
Trump's remarks may sound similar to what he said when Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore was accused of sexual abuse last year.
He totally denies it. He says it didn't happen. And, you know, you have to listen to him also.
But the president said nothing about Porter's two ex-wives, who say Porter punched and abused them. The presidential remarks embracing Porter brought a scathing reaction from former Vice President Joe Biden.
A statement from the president saying he wishes him luck. He has so much talent. That's like saying that axe murderer out there, he's a great painter. Is there any other crime where there be an explanation that the reason why we shouldn't pay attention to the transgression is because they're good at something?
And now the heat is being turned up on White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, who was brought aboard to fix issues like this. But in this case, he had nothing but praise for Porter until this photo of Porter's ex-wife's black eye was made public. After which he did a complete turnabout in writing this memo to White House aides. While we are all processing the shocking and troubling allegations made against a White House staffer, I want you to know that we all take the matter of domestic violence seriously. Domestic violence is abhorrent and has no place in our society. Former White House Chief of Staff Leon Panetta told CNN that in situations like this, protecting the president is priority number one. And if that means dismissing a staff member, then so be it.
I had to make decisions with regards to staff members in the White House who made a mistake. But because of the mistake, you had to get rid of them. But it's to serve the President of the United States and make sure that nothing happens that undermines the President or creates a bad story that can hurt the President.
But CNN reports that Kelly has known about the abuse allegations against Porter for months. Their sources say Porter first informed White House counsel Don McGahn a year ago about his troubled past. By the spring of last year, the FBI provided a preliminary report on Porter to the White House Security Office. And in the fall, Porter was interviewed by the FBI and the domestic issues were brought up. In November, 3 White House officials, including McGahn and Kelly, were made aware of Porter's domestic issues. This week, one of Porter's ex-wives told CNN's Anderson Cooper that Porter is a deeply divided and complicated individual.
The reality is he's not a monster. He is a intelligent, kind, chivalrous, caring, professional man, and he is deeply troubled and angry and violent. I don't think those things are mutually exclusive.
Now here's more on the resignation. David Sorensen was a member of the Trump White House speechwriting team, but today he resigned after his ex-wife told the Washington Post that he physically and emotionally abused her, including running over her foot with a car, putting out a cigarette on her hand, and throwing her into a wall. The Post reports that Sorensen vehemently denied the charges and says he was the one who was abused by his former wife.